Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is the place where you learn new skill every time you visit. So keep updating yourself by subscribing to the channel. So let's see what we are going to learn today. So today we are going to discuss the Java conditions and the if statements in Java. Alright, so let's see what are those. What conditions are supported in Java? So all the mathematical conditions are supported in Java. First is the less than statement where the condition being checked is if the first operand is less than the second operand, or if the left hand side operand is less than the right hand side operand or not. Another is less than equal to, if the left hand side operand is less than or equal to the right hand side operand or not. If it is, it gives true, otherwise it gives false. Greater than, where the left hand side operand is more than the right hand side operand is being checked. Greater than equal to, where we are checking if the left hand side operand is greater than or equal to the right hand side operand or not. Equal to, where we are checking whether the left and right hand side operand are equal to each other or not. You'll observe that here we are putting two equal to sign because in Java the single equal to sign is assignment operator. So that is used when we assign some value. For example, I have to say I have to store 5 into 8. So I will use single equal to for this. But where I'm checking with, where I'm doing the condition or checking the condition, I need to use the double equal to sign. All right. So the next one is not equal to, where the exclamation sign represents the not equal to, and where the first operand is not equal to second operand is being checked. All right. Now let's take the if statement example. Right. How do we use all these mathematical statements, expressions or statements along with the if statement? So this statement is used to execute a block of code if a condition is true. Out of those conditions which we have learned a few minutes before, if any of those condition is true, then a block of code or a set of statements within a block, the curly bracket start and curly bracket close, that is called a block, will be executed. Let's see this with examples. So over here in this example, we have taken a variable percentage and we have stored a variable value 67 to it using the equal to operator. Now we are checking whether this percentage is more than 50 or not. If this percentage happens to be more than 50, that means if this condition happens to be true, then this set of block will be executed and it will say pass. All right. So I think that's simple. That makes sense. We have stored PR equals to 67 and we are checking whether this percentage is more than 50 or not. Right now we know that it's 67, but in case we are taking it from user, the user might give a different value. All right. So let's see the other part of it. Now the else statement. Now this statement is used to execute a block of code if the statement is not true. So this is kind of the otherwise case of the if statement. All right. Let's say with an example. The same example we'll continue with. We have taken percentage, we have taken 67, stored 67 into the percentage, and we have checked whether if the percentage happens to be more than 50, the student is passing. Otherwise means if this percentage does not happens to be true, then this set of code is executed. So this block is executed. So else will be executed if the condition is false. But this block, which is just adjoining the if condition, will be executed if the condition is true. All right. Now here we have checked greater than equal to. Similarly, we can put all the conditions which we have discussed few minutes before in along with the if and do the program, do the coding as per the question. All right. Now let's move ahead and see what is next. Now the next is the else if statement. Now why do we need the else if statement? Else if, as the name says, we are going to introduce one more if along with else. All right. So this statement is used to specify a new condition if the first condition is not true. That means if the first condition is not true, definitely it's going to the else part, the otherwise part. But here again, if I have to check one more condition, then I can use else if. Let's see. So in this example, the same example where we are checking if percentage is more than 50, the student is passed, has passed the exam. All right. But less than 50 is failing. But there can also be a condition that if the student has near to 50, like more than equals to 48, 48, 49 marks, then the student can reappear. So in such case, in the otherwise also, in the else also, if you need to check one more condition, you can put the else like this. So else, another if, and then you check the condition. Okay. So now these are the things which we have learned: the if, the else if, and the mathematical condition. Now let's see and understand how do we do it practically. Guys, here I am in the BlueJ interface. I'll open the same class which we have used in the previous videos to understand the concept, this concept. So here's the class where I was checking for the parameterized constructor and all those things. So since it is not required now, so I'm going to block it. You can block it by putting the 2 forward slashes. This will go as a commit, and compiler is not going to read it as a Java statement. So now what I'll do is I'll go to the process and try to put the condition which we have learned in the previous part of the video. So the condition was, if my percentage happens to be more than equals to 50, right, then I shall print a message passed or pass, right? So I'll just copy the statement, print statement from here, paste it, and add on pass. All right. Now, rest of the thing I think it would be correct because this is the program which we have used earlier for getting the details of 2 students using the 2 objects. So now let's compile this. Compile it here. Compiles without any error. So I'll go to my main screen and try to run this. Yeah, it asks me the name and the total marks of the 500. So right, another name. So here it gives me the this, and if you see over here, the message pass is coming beforehand. All right, why it is coming beforehand? Because we have called the calculate function before. All right, I'll show you in the coding part. Look over here. The order of function being called and function being executed is managed over here in the main. So since I have taken the 2 input, and after that I call the process, and in the process itself, look, go above. In the process itself, you are printing, after calculating the percentage, you are printing the student is passing. So it's giving that result. Although the result is correct, but it doesn't sound well formatted. You look at the result, it says pass first and then shows you the name and the details. And it says the pass together. You don't know for which student is saying that. All right. So how can we change that and make it well formatted? We'll take one more variable for the result and say to store pass or not pass. So I'll take a variable, kind of grade here with a string data type. Now instead of printing the message here, I like to store it into the grade. So I'll say grade equals to pass. And now, along with the other data being displayed, I'm going to display the result. Great. Great. So now it shall say it as per along with the other messages. So I'll compile it without any error. I'll go to the main screen. I'll display the previous screen first. I'll go to the main screen and run the program. Yeah. So you ask me names. All right. Now I'll give a name marks, which is the failing marks. Okay, so that I get a different result. I believe it will. If I give around 200, it should be less than 50. Okay. Now it says the student has passed, but the student is not. Why? Because we have not put anything for the fail condition. All right, that we are going to do it after this. So the student who has passed is showing pass, but for fail statement we have not done anything, so it's showing null. Null means empty. There's nothing in the string. When we don't store anything in the string, it gives you null. So if you don't want this message null, even though you're not storing, you don't want to print the result fail, what you can do is you can go to your code, and where your constructor is working here, initializing everything, you can initialize the grade also with space. Initialize grade also with space and run the program again. It's not going to show me null now. It will show me the nothing. It won't show me anything. It means the space when being printed will of course mean nothing. All right. So now pass and grade for nothing written over. So that looks better, right? Now let's go ahead and check practically our else statement. All right. So the else statement which we have learned there was that if the condition is not true, if the percentage is not more than 50 in this example, it shall say fail. So I'm putting the condition fail. All right. Let's run it. Shut, and the marks is 452. Row and the marks is 234. Now it says the student fail also. All right. So this we have practically checked the if and the else statement. Now let's go and check the else if statement. So in the else if statement, if you remember, we have put a condition that if the marks are near 50, the student can reappear for the test. All right. So what we'll do, we'll put the condition over here. So else, and then I'll put the condition if percentage is more than equals to 48. So that if marks is 48, 49, the student can reappear. So instead of fail, we'll say reappear. All right. And let's do this. Run this. And then on that, whose percentage will be approximately near 50. So I'll take it as 249. Right. Now it comes to reappear. So we have practically checked our if statements, the else statement, and the else if statement also. All right. I hope you have understood this well. And now in the next video, I'm going to tell you about the next concept, which would be the logical operators. How we go further with if, how we'll go with more complicated checking conditions along with it. How we can check more than one condition together. All right. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe it. Also press the bell notification so that you get notification as soon as I release a new video. Share and like the video.